Stellaris Megastructures are titanic structures that give your empire specific bonuses, and some of them are better than others, but that's not what this video is all about. In this video, I'm more going to go get into the requirements and what their bonuses are for each one. Before I get into the specifics for each one, there's a few general requirements I'd like to go over, and I use the term requirements loosely because, as in all things with Stellaris, there are modifiers and exceptions to all this. Generally, you can only build one megastructure per system, unless it's a gateway or a habitat. Multiple habitats can be built in the system, and a gateway can be built in a system already containing a megastructure. Megastructures can't be built at small planetary bodies like moons or asteroids, and if there are research or mining stations in the system, they will generally need to be dismantled first, but don't dismantle the outpost of the starbase that's there. If you get rid of that, then you lose control of the system and you can't build. Also, to be able to build ring worlds, Dyson spheres, and matter decompressors, the Galactic Wonders Ascension perk has to be activated. Once you activate that, it adds those to your research options. And now comes a topic that I've struggled mightily with, and that's mega engineering. I'm going to have to be totally honest and say I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm 99% sure that you need mega engineering research before you can build megastructures. But that 1% doubt's a real killer. And although I can't remember ever playing a game where I got megastructure research available before mega engineering, that doesn't really make it true. The tooltips for this research, at least to me, are a little conflicting. Here's what the tooltip says. To complete construction of projects of truly staggering scales, we must first achieve a fundamental understanding of both the engineering and research storage requirements for such megastructures. Wow. But the feature unlocks us the ability to repair ruined megastructures. So, I think this means you need it to build megastructures, but what it unlocks makes me think something different. So, a little conflicting to me, I'm not sure. I would say if it shows up, take it, especially if you're not getting research available for megastructures, but once again, I'm not 100% sure. And if someone has an opinion or can enlighten me, make a comment below. And so, as the saying goes, let's get into the megastructures without further ado. So the first one I'd like to talk about is one that I think is really neat, just because it is what it is, and that's the Dyson sphere. These have to be built in systems without any habitable planets, and there can be no mining or research stations. If there are, you got to dismantle them first, but you got to remember not to dismantle any outposts or star bases, because if you do, you'll lose control of that system, and then you won't be able to build anything in it. The thing to keep in mind about these things is they need to be built in the system with a single star, no black holes, and any planetary bodies like planets or moons or asteroids or whatever are made worthless because they get turned into frozen wastelands. It costs 1,000 Unity and 5,000 alloys for a construction ship to build a Dyson sphere site. This frame and each of its 4 stages of construction costs 5,000 Unity and 1,000 alloys apiece. And when it's completely built, it will give you 4,000 energy per month, plus it will give you an energy generation efficiency of 100%. Not bad. The approach you take to building a gateway is a little different than most megastructures. They're still built in systems, but you cannot build them in gravity wells. The easiest way I found to build a gateway was to select a construction ship, click on the Build Megastructure icon, choose Gateway, then zoom into the system that I want to build it in. The gravity well will be highlighted in red, meaning that the gateway can't be built in that area. Choose a spot outside the red zone and left click, and that's where the gateway will end up being built. Gateways give your fleets the ability to almost instantly travel from one gateway to another. It costs 75 influence and 2,500 alloys for a construction ship to build the site. To upgrade to a fully functional gateway, it costs 6,000 energy and 2,500 alloys. Habitats are one of the cheaper and faster megastructures that you can build. They can be built above planets as long as they don't have an anomaly. Habitats are the only megastructure that does not require a site to be built first. They cost 150 influence, 1,500 alloys to build, and more than one habitat can be built in a system. The cool thing about habitats is that if you build them over a planet that has something like a mineral, energy, or research deposit, special districts will be available in the habitat to be built. If you're interested in improving your diplomatic efforts, then Interstellar Assembly is probably something you want to look at building. When it's completed, fully functional, it gives you a 40% boost to your diplomatic influence, plus it gives you 2 more envoys. A construction ship has to build the initial site, and it costs 2,500 Unity and 5,000 alloys to build. It also has 4 additional stages, each costing 2,500 unity and 10,000 alloys to upgrade to the next stage. It has to be built at an uninhabitable planet in a surveyed system that is within your borders. It costs 40 energy per month to maintain. If you're running short of minerals, a matter of decompressor is a good consideration. And like all megastructures, it has to be built inside your empire's borders. They have to be built around black holes, and there also can't be any mining or research stations in the system. The construction site costs 5,000 unity and 5,000 alloys, and each successive stage costs 5,000 unity and 12,500 alloys to build. Once completed, it produces 2,000 minerals per month, and it costs 100 energy per month to maintain. A mega art installation is something I used to ignore totally, but now with the increased importance of Unity, it's a good consideration. The initial site must be built by a construction ship, and it's got to be built at an uninhabitable planet and in a surveyed system that is within your borders. It costs 2,500 Unity and 5,000 alloys to build the construction site. It has 3 additional stages, each costing 2,500 Unity and 15,000 alloys to upgrade to the next stage. When it's fully functional, it produces 480 Unity per month, and it gives you a 20% increase in amenities. It costs 30 energy credits per month to maintain. Next is the Mega Shipyard, and to me this is the absolute best mega structure of them all. When it becomes available to research, I'll take it first and foremost each and every time. One of the reasons I like this so much is because you can build an entire fleet at once, and when coupled with a gateway network that's built efficiently, you can get reinforcements to any trouble spot in your empire in a matter of days. The initial site costs 2,500 unity and 3,000 alloys, and like most megastructures, it must be built by a construction ship. Additional stages cost 2,500 unity and 10,000 alloys. When fully completed, and this is the great part, it can produce an astonishing 20 ships at one time. And the other really great bonus is it increases your ship building speed by 100% throughout your entire empire. It costs 40 energy to maintain when fully operational. And I said it once, but I'll say it again, this is absolutely the best megastructure you can produce in my opinion. Well worth the time and money and cost. And despite their massive size, they have no defensive structures you can mount on them, so I usually upgrade a star base as much as I can and even leave a small fleet around to defend it. And I usually build these in the innermost regions of my empire. That makes it a little bit harder for an enemy to attack it. Up next is ring worlds, and they must be built in systems without any habitable planets, and there can be no mining or research stations. If there are, you've got to take them apart first. Just don't take apart the outpost or starbase that's located there, or you lose control of the system and you won't be able to build anything. They have to be built in systems with single stars, no black holes, and as a result of being built there, they will render any planetary bodies in the system worthless by pulverizing them. It costs 300 influence and 5,000 alloys to build the site alone, which must be built by a construction ship, plus it costs 5 energy and upkeep costs. Ring worlds are built in sections and must be colonized the same as a planet. If research is your empire's thing, or you just find yourself falling behind, then a science nexus is probably a good idea. The initial site must be built by a construction ship, and it costs a construction ship 5,000 unity and 5,000 alloys to build the site. It's upgraded in 3 stages at a cost of 5,000 unity and 15,000 alloys per stage. When fully completed, it gives a 15% boost to all research speed empire-wide, plus it gives a boost of 300 research to physics, society, and engineering research. It costs 75 energy per month to maintain. If your empire is a little paranoid or a little snoopy or just curious about what's going on everywhere else, then a Sentry array center is probably a great thing to build. They gotta be built at an uninhabitable planet in a surveyed system that is within your borders. The initial site must be built by a construction ship, and it costs 2,500 unity and 5,000 alloys for the ship to build the site. It's built in 4 stages, and each stage costs 2,500 unity and 10,000 alloys. Once it's finished, its sensor range covers the entire galaxy, and it increases your intel by 40%. It costs 100 energy per month when fully operational. If you like to fight wars on multiple fronts, or if you're forced to fight wars on multiple fronts, or if you just like to have a big strong fleet, then a strategic coordination center will help you out with that. When it's fully completed, it gives an increase to your naval capacity of 150, the ability to field 6 additional star bases, It raises the cap on platform defenses by 12, and it increases your ship's sublight speed by 15%. Its monthly upkeep is 75 energy units. Like most of these megastructures, it must be built at an uninhabitable planet in a surveyed system that is within your borders. The initial site must be built by a construction ship, and it costs 2,500 unity and 5,000 alloys. It has 3 additional stages, each costing 2,500 unity and 15,000 alloys to upgrade to the next stage. It will probably make other empires more likely to listen to your enlightened reasoning, since you have the force to back up that enlightened reasoning with. Before I end this video, there's one other little tidbit I'd like to leave you with, and that's how to dismantle a starbase. Just click on it, click the disband ship icon, and then click agree, and lo and behold, it's gone. As usual, I'll make my plea to click like if you like this video, and if you'd like to see more videos from me, click the subscribe button. Thanks a lot. Hasta la vista, baby.